What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the very last Meebits Football live stream. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. It was a difficult personal weekend. I appreciate everybody sent very nice messages and DMs about my grandfather. Um, but yeah, such is life. It was good weekend otherwise of good football on Saturday
Yeah.
and good outcomes on Sunday. I would say obviously the
Yes.
World Cup, um, comes to mind. But very excited to see what we achieve with Meebits Football. Excited to see all the games come to conclusion. Our bracket games
Yeah.
came down to the final whistle, every single division, a lot of prizes. And, I think that the best thing for me is on Discord and the messages we've gotten. People are really, really happy to have participated, to play with Mid Football. And yeah, that's honestly the highlight of the summer for me. How about you? How are you? Your last stream with us, last day with us, internship coming to a
Crazy.
close. How are you feeling?
I just feel like it's crazy how fast life goes. I don't know. It's just like it feels like yesterday I had my first day here and now it's my last. So I don't know. It's been a great summer, but it went by fast. I cannot believe the World Cup's over, but you know what? We'll see it in 4 years.
See you for. Well, you know what? We don't have to wait that long. It's
Women's is
the
next year.
women's next year in Brazil,
True.
2027,
Yeah.
and the US is looking to get back to the top. They haven't won one, and after winning like four of the first
Yeah.
eight, haven't really won one in like what 12 years. So it'll be good to see maybe a renewed effort there by the US team.
Complete different team too, which is exciting because I mean we've seen the legendary U.S. women's national team. We know who's on it, but like the new players are all up and coming NWSL girls, so it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, and the NWSL really, kind of capturing a lot of attention. I think women's sports is super underrated here, but definitely seeing the right kind of investment
Yeah.
and attention. So it'll be good to see. We have some great teams here in New York City.
Yeah.
So yeah, cheering for them. And then of course there's a lot of other. We're going back to the leagues. MLS is back.
Yes.
Already. The Mexican League kicked off yesterday again. Obviously, all the other European leagues are going to get back into motion. So if you fall in love with football through the World Cup, it's a great opportunity to really go out there and discover the rest of the tournaments and leagues being offered. I mean, football, even though every individual league only pretty much plays once a week, when you do the aggregate of all the different leagues and tournaments that are going on around the world, there's a lot of games and a lot of exciting things. Yeah, and it was an awesome summer. It was great having you here. So remember, first day,
Yeah.
I missed Subway, and then that first day we got.
The thing is, I never learned, so I got a lot better at it. But like, oh my gosh, you guys, it was really stressful the first like week of transportation. I had to leave for work like an hour and a half early just so I made sure I was not late because the wrong subway can take you far away. It really can.
Such a metaphor for life. You know the subway.
That's so true.
But it's also there's more metaphors to subway. I'm in love with the idea of the subway. I hate taking it, and I'd rather not take it and usually just city bike instead. But one of the things that struck me when I first came, not as an intern because I was living in Jersey City, so I was walking to the Path, and Path is the Jersey commuter train, and it's a little different than the subway. But one of the metaphors for me of New York City and the subway, and actually one of the things that I really like about Meebits with the trades being inspired by New Yorkers, is that the subway is like the great democratizer. You take the subway at 7 a.m. in New York, and you have people that are coming back from partying. You probably saw some Spanish people this morning. You have people that are coming in after like an hour commute from like Bronx and Queens, coming into like blue collar jobs or service jobs. You have like the Wall Street types are getting in there at 7 a.m. to go do whatever they do.
Yeah.
And everybody's packed next to like the homeless person that's left in the subway car. Everybody's packed there. There's no advantages. There's no anything. You're all experiencing the same thing for those 10, 15 minutes, an hour of your subway ride. And I think it's also such a metaphor for life, right? Everybody's wearing different clothes, different life experiences. They woke up in different places. Their networks are different, but for the duration of that subway ride, they're all sharing the same experience, and you can think about life that way sometimes.
That is true.
But then, yes, also the wrong subway ride can take you to very different places.
Yes.
And really mess up your day. But you had a great run here with us. I think the first day we had the U.S. men's national team roster reveal.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. But
we're on a rooftop down in the seaport.
Yes.
With a bunch of people.
Pier 17.
We saw Alexi Lalas, who did not have a good World Cup. I think he really, I think he's one of the losers of the summer.
Why?
I think people don't respect him anymore as much as they did before. I think because you put him next to Thierry Henry and Ibrahimovic, who have a wealth of knowledge and experience, and he just looked really out of place. He was like the diversity hire in a way.
Yeah, I wonder what compelled him to get hired for such like a important role.
I mean, they hired like the 3 main U.S. soccer players in history, right?
They needed Carly Lloyd out there. She says it how it is.
Should put Carly out there. I mean, they had Landon like pitch side, or he was a commentator during the matches, and his contributions were good.
I like how players have their careers and then they go into like commentating roles. I think it's cool because they can share so much of their knowledge, but also I feel like a lot of them are not media trained. So it's funny because I mean, I don't know if it's not being media trained, but Carly Lloyd being like, oh, Christian Pulisic needs to suck it up. Like, it's funny because they're all in the same world. And so she just says it how it is, and I respect that.
No, I love that. Yes, and then Tim Dempsey did some like pitch side reporting as well. And and then Alexi had like the controversial tweets where he was defending the fact that little kids have to pay $5,000 to play like
in the
travel
US,
soccer in the US, and everybody's like, dude. And he's like, well, somebody's got to get paid for it. Anyways, I think he was one of the losers of the World Cup. I'm not gonna lie. And I think Zlatan was like one of the winners.
Yeah, he's so respectable.
Although yesterday he said that was his last ever broadcast. I don't think he really enjoyed the experience. He was first and last. He was very thankful to the fans and Fox.
But he did so good at it. Like, I don't know, maybe
you could tell he was uncomfortable. He's really good, but like, I don't know. It's not like to your point. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
And then we went to Lisbon.
We did.
And you had that PJ experience.
Yes, crazy.
I can't imagine week 2 of an internship that is already kind of like weird, stepping into this Web3 world. And then next thing you know, you're on a plane with Mr. Adam Weitzman and a couple of other colleagues and friends.
Crazy.
Going to Lisbon, getting thrown into like the middle of the app, which is heart of the Web3 space. There for a couple of days. We came back, and then you had a couple of other things on the personal side too that were really good here in New York, I feel.
Yeah, we did.
And then, last day. So it's been great to have you.
It's been great to be here. Thank you.
And I know people were very appreciative of you bringing all your, your collegiate experience, talking about everything football related. And it's been a pleasure to have you here with us. And obviously we have today, which is the last one.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to jump in and talk about what's probably one of the best matches of football that I've ever seen, which is the 3rd place match on Saturday, and then one of the worst World Cup matches I've ever seen. Granted, I was a little sad and grumpy yesterday, but still, I don't think it was the best match, although the best outcome.
Yeah.
And then obviously go over everything with Meebits Futbol and name all the winners and so on. But why don't we jump right into 3rd place, 6-4, England bringing not it home, but bringing a medal home along
6 goals,
$29 million for 3rd place and $27 million for 4th place. So it was a $2 million game, which is not nothing.
A win is a win. Like, you're winning either way in that aspect.
A lot of pride as well, right? Because it is like people were watching. People were definitely watching. What did you think of the match? I mean, it was 4-0 England during the first half.
I thought that scoreline was diabolical. I was expecting France to come in and just wipe England out, to be honest, because France is amazing. So is England. But I think that France is, on paper, a stronger team. But I'm like, did they go up to each other and say, let's just score a bunch of goals today? Because this is the highest scoring match in the World Cup, obviously. I just think that
it ended up being that, yes. So the highest one was 7-1 Germany.
But total goals.
Total goals, yeah.
I don't know. I think it was a really, really, really fun game to watch because there were so many goals scored, obviously, but also it was really unpredictable. Like, I did not expect that.
Well, I thought France was embarrassing the first half.
They played horrible. The goalkeeping wasn't the best.
He didn't try.
No, he
The
didn't
first
even
goal.
move. Which,
It was like
to
a
his
practice.
defense, like sometimes you know how it's like.
You can dive.
You can dive, and you should dive, but I think
That first goal was still probably going in. He didn't even try.
Maybe they went out the night before or something. I don't know, because it was not their best performance, I wouldn't say.
It was
even
not.
Mbappe was a little bit.
But he was trying.
He was trying.
He was definitely trying. And he was going for the golden boot.
Yeah, and like he was making all the runs. That's true, because I feel like every time the ball would go out for a goal kick on England's side, Mbappe was always by the goal, always making the run, and it didn't always work out for him, but it did at one point.
And England just looked so good. I think everybody was questioning, like, where was that team in the last 30 minutes of the Argentina game? And I think it's a valid question, because they looked athletic, they looked good, and they were not even playing with, majority of their starters.
Yeah.
Saka obviously looked amazing.
Yeah, he did.
And yeah, it was just like kind of like shocking to see France go down 4-0. Even if you don't care for the third place too much, it was Didier Deschamps' last game as French coach.
And you could clearly see that he was upset.
Well, you don't want to go out with that scoreline, and it could have been 8-0.
Yeah.
And you gotta respect your nation, you gotta respect your coach. Losing 1-0, 2-0 is okay, whatever.
But conceding 6 goals, I don't know.
Well, 4 in the first half, right? Like that. Yeah. And you can tell something happened in the locker room during the halftime, because they came out with a whole different mindset. Yeah. They put in, the better players, and they made a huge difference from the get-go. And then England kind of just found itself in the wrong foot, and it took until the 75th minute that a very special player came on.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it?
Mbappe?
No, who came in for England?
Oh, wait, sorry. Jude.
Who?
Jude. I was glitching there. I don't know. But yeah.
Jude came in.
He got a goal.
First, the thing what I didn't really
But why didn't they play him earlier?
Too much about Jude Bellingham before the World Cup, to be honest. He was not on the radar for me. And then his 2 performances versus England versus Mexico and the prior game, he was just really, really good.
Yeah.
But I think what really made him into a star this World Cup was, so he was tied for most goals scored by an English player in a World Cup at 6. I think it was 6 or 5.
I think it was 6.
And, they get that PK.
Mm-hmm. And he gives it to Saka.
And he gives it to Saka for Saka's hat trick. He literally passed up the opportunity to put his name down in the record book for England. And that, to me, is just incredibly selfless. Yeah. And I think that's why he's such a good player, because as we saw, on the other hand, with like Ronaldo, who wouldn't pass the ball trying to chase records. He would have snatched
that ball right out of Saka's hands.
And that, I was just like, that is incredible. Yeah. And obviously, Jude ended up scoring a beautiful goal there at the end of the game. It was an incredible drive, and just an incredible way of putting it in the goal. And there was 6 French players in the back line. He got the record. But that, shout out, chapeau to Jude Bellingham. Yeah. The fact that every single one of my female friends on Instagram has fallen in love with him is just really funny. I so many stories from my friends who were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe Jude." I'm like, "Well, you can still go watch him in the European leagues."
And he's a young player. I mean, he's 23?
Yes, he's very young. Yeah. And so, English football should be, they didn't bring it home, but they had the best performance they've had since they won in 1966, which, it's progress. And then on the other side, Mbappe ended up getting the golden boot.
Yeah.
Whether you like or not that he scored, the goals, getting the golden boot in the last match, that doesn't really count for much. I don't really care. He still scored. He played. Doesn't take away from the fact that, if you look on the other side, Messi played against some very shitty teams, and he got to score a bunch of goals.
Yeah.
So I'm glad for Mbappe. He's also quite young. He has definitely another World Cup. He goes out as the highest scoring player ever in the history of total aggregate World Cups.
That's awesome.
So that's going to be, good for him and for France. Obviously, coming so close, 2 World Cups in a row stings, but it
doesn't change what they've achieved. Just because you lost in the quarters or the semis, and then I mean, finals for Argentina, but that's a different story. We'll get there. I think it's still, I mean, you made it that far and you had the ability to win. It sucks because you didn't, but that doesn't mean.
I think I would be disappointed if I was France because they were forecasted to be the champions and they had the tools. I just didn't see the team play that we saw, for example, with Spain.
Yeah.
Where they're, and again, everybody has like a headline star. Obviously, Spain has a lot of really good players that have won a lot of stuff, and they're just very quiet.
Yeah.
Right. And we'll go into some of the figures here, but obviously, Lamine did not have the best World Cup. And he was very quiet, and that didn't change the fact that Spain, ended up winning. Like they didn't rely on him, whereas France had a lot of superstars, and they just did not connect. And I think that was a big difference. And yeah, if you're friends, I think it's okay to be disappointed. You should be disappointed. You should have been in that final, and you were not because you didn't have a good game up against Spain. And then you kind of like carry on that mentality on the third place game, and you saw yourself being down 4-0 against an English side that was definitely not as talented.
Yeah.
The English just had more heart. So yeah, France needs to, I think, regroup, maybe take a look at the strategy again. Obviously now the champ is off, and we have an absolute legend, not just in French football, but in global football. Zinedine Zidane is the new head coach for France. So that's something that had been known. He's been, coaches too at the national level. There's a system in some countries where, you pretty much coach the coaches through like the coaching scale.
Yeah.
In Mexico, for example, now we have Rafa Marquez who's coming on to take on the reins after Javier Aguirre left. That was known, like that was the whole plan. There, a lot of countries have multi-year, sometimes decade-long plans as to how the coaching structure is going to look like. So Zidane coming in, obviously Zidane has coached at the highest level, at the club level as well, and incredible success with some teams. So it's great to see Zidane take the reins. I think France has a really good generation. Obviously, some of them are getting on the older side, but as we saw with Argentina and Messi, that should not stop you. So I'm excited for French football. And I would love to see them win another World Cup for Mbappe.
Yeah, me too.
And Olise and Dembele and all the other guys. So yeah, we'll see how it goes in 4 years.
I think they have such a young team and so much talent. I think they'll be able to come back and learn from it. And a new head coach. Sometimes you need a coaching change in order to push players a little bit more.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do.
And they have so much time to build. I mean, I'm not a France fan, so I don't really care. But I hope they come back and win for Mbappe because I think he's a great player.
Now, the finalissima.
Yes. What a game, but also not a game.
What a disappointment as far as football goes. And I think you come from the sugar high of the 6-4 third place game with Mbappe scoring twice, with Jude scoring, the beautiful goal at the end. With obviously neither France or England played defense in the third place game.
Yeah.
It was more like a all-star game, but it was still a fun game. Had some good plays, had some action. It was, it was kind of like almost like what the World Cup had been. This World Cup had been up to that day. We go into Sunday with incredibly high expectations, which, humans, we love to put our expectations really high and then disappoint ourselves. GOAT versus kind of like the new young star. Neither of them really were a factor in the game.
No.
At all.
They were a little bit invisible.
And I think that's part of, that just shows how successful both sides were in neutralizing, Lamine and Messi.
Yeah.
But then we saw in Argentina that, and again, nothing personal. Obviously, a lot of people don't like Argentina because of the VAR decisions that went their way, of the way they played, of the fact that, they got the most number of fouls for the World Cup, the least amount of cards. They didn't have any VAR decision. Again, I went against them. They played really weak teams and they barely beat them, except for obviously England, which definitely had bad strategy there in the semifinal. Obviously, you can't argue, Messi, if not the greatest, top 3 greatest players in the world as far as, achievements and yada, yada, yada. The game yesterday, it was so bad. I mean, the stat line. What was the biggest stat that stands out for you?
The 0 shots on goal.
0 shots on goal in 90
he didn't even need a goal
minutes.
It's crazy. I can't wrap my head around it because no matter how good your opponent is, and they're a very equal level of like talent. I think no matter how good your opponent is, like you should at least get one shot on goal. Come on, even if it's right to the goalie. Like
0 shots on goal. It's first time ever, and I just think that shows how Argentina was lucky to end up in the final, and they didn't really deserve to be there.
Yeah, and it made me feel. I mean, not that I would feel empathetic because they lost, but I do just feel bad as a player too. I understand the feeling, so it's but I think they did not even deserve it 1%, and I was like a little bit worried because I didn't want it to go to PKs. I know that
PKs Martinez. Well, that's what they played for.
Yeah,
they played for PKs because Emi Martinez is one of the best goalies in the world, and he showed it, right? Like 11 saves.
He played great. I will say though, he gave up a lot of second balls that could have been goals.
Sure. Yes, but he had more saves in the game yesterday than Unai Simon, who is the Spanish goalie, had the whole World Cup.
Yeah.
Like he kept that clean sheet very, very clean.
It does show the way that how different the teams are because Spain is so locked down defensively. And obviously their goalie is phenomenal. But like
Simon is really good.
Argentina definitely left Emilio with a lot to do. Emiliano. Yeah.
Emi. And then for those of you who maybe haven't really followed world football, world soccer, global soccer before, World Cup finals do come down to like one goal difference like this. Back in 2010, Spain's first championship in South Africa, they won 1-0 with their goal actually coming in extra time. I think it was Iniesta there. 2014, Argentina lost 1-0 to Germany with the German goal coming in extra time as well. And so it is, the final is not like the Super Bowl on the other side. Like it is more like, whoever score wins kind of thing. Especially with a side that is so technical, so dominating, not in their, how strong their attacking game is, but just how much of the ball they control. Spain suffocates you by just removing the oxygen from the game, by just keeping the ball. And as you saw that, like, maybe you didn't watch a lot of Spain games, but that's what they do. Like to fight Spain, to like battle Spain, the first thing you have to do is be able to like take the ball away from them and keep it. Argentina was like losing the ball within like 12 seconds. They could never press. And I think early on you saw they were just playing for PKs and really hoping to win it that way, which would have been a shame.
It would have been such a shame.
And you started to feel the frustration as we went through time from also like the Spanish players.
Yeah.
I think the red card definitely helped Spain, but I think it was deserved.
But I don't think that without the red card, they still wouldn't have won. I think that Spain was playing better, obviously.
They were. They just needed to put it in. They had some very good opportunities that ended in really weak shots.
Yeah.
Very weak shots that you were like, huh.
Like right to the goalie.
Yeah, or just weak shots. And the goal was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful playmaking.
No one's saving that.
That assist from Nico was insane, and that finish just like there was like 3 Argentinian players on the back line and the goalie, and wow.
It cleared all of them.
It was insane. Lamine, not really a winner as far as this World Cup goes, I don't think. I think he left a lot to be desired. Obviously, the record book does not remember individual game performances.
Yeah.
It remembers stats line. And Lamine's history, like career record, continues. He's now the youngest, or actually the first ever teenager to win both Euro Cup or the European Championship in a World Cup. That is just insane. I
really cannot wrap my head around how young he is, but I mean, yeah, he didn't have the best.
How old are your brothers? Is he your brother's age?
Yeah, my brother's 19, and then 17 and 13.
Yeah, Lamine is 19 and a week.
Yeah. Wait, I thought his birthday was last week.
Right, 19 and a week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was on Monday.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I think that he's obviously really young. And I think, yes, we can say he didn't have like the best World Cup, but it's his first World Cup. So I think people need to give him a little more grace. He's a great player. He made great moments. And if people finished those crosses he had, everyone would be praising him. But they didn't. So it's not really like.
Yeah, I think yesterday he got a little lost. Argentina was defending, and he could have played closer. Like, he was too far out the wing.
Disconnected, yeah.
he was way out the wing, and so that just was not the right place for him. That's where he usually plays, because he like the games are usually more open.
Yeah.
And so, you know, obviously that creates spaces that pulls defender out to him. This time around, Argentina was just like more compact around the box, and Lamine was kind of lost out there.
Yeah.
Had a couple dribbles, like one or two shots, but not really a factor. And yeah, I mean, again, one of the best players we have. Obviously, just 19 to your point. First World Cup. I think he's just incredible, and he'll continue to dominate. Again, history books do not remember individual game stat lines. They remember achievements, and he's now the youngest player ever to win both the Euro Cup and the World Cup. On the other side of the age conversation, the Spanish coach, Luis de la Fuente, now became the oldest World Cup winning coach. He's also, I think, the first bald coach I saw somewhere on X.
Really?
He's 65 years old.
First bald coach to win, or first bald coach in the World Cup?
To win. So there's
definitely been others.
And well, Zidane is bald. If we're looking for a repeat for France next time around. Talking about the progress of a coaching career and being, you know, coached through a coaching, you know, kind of like progression. He was Spain's under-19 coach back in 2013. That's how he started. That's also how he's very well connected to kind of like obviously the younger teams that, or the unders, you know, 17, 19, whatever, which is where you bring players up from. And he worked his way up from the youth teams to become the head coach of the national team. And I mean, Euro Cup, World Cup, God knows what else they got coming on, because they are still a young team. They're so dominant. Spain now the first ever country to hold both men's and women's World Cup. Insanity. And yeah, it's just, you know, I like Spain. I think if in Mexico, if we did the whole heritage thing like you guys do here in the States a little bit more, I think we'll be much more connected to Spain than I am. For me, I'm fully Mexican. That's the way my family always has been. But like, you know, my grandfather who passed away yesterday, his last name was Cisneros. In Mexico, we used two last names, and my second last name is Cisneros. And that's a very, very Spanish last name. But for us, we're just Mexican. But there are a lot of Whitexicans in Mexico who like really pride themselves for being Spanish. So I'm sure they had a lot of fun yesterday.
I had a lot of Spanish teammates too.
Yeah, it's a great country. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy for them. And we are going to, I think it's a very, very worthy world champ. I mean, one goal given up in the whole World Cup.
It's diabolical.
How?
I just think that's preparation to a max. And I think they're the smartest team that's played in the World Cup, because they understand their opponents really well. And they understand what they need to not lose and not get scored on.
Yeah. Let's look at the award winners for the World Cup.
We have Mbappe with the Golden Boot, 10 goals. First player ever to win it twice. Crazy, because he's so young.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He deserves it. I think it's really well deserved.
He's a killer.
Yeah.
He is a killer. And you saw it yesterday. Playing for nothing, he could have sat out. Harry Kane sat out. And again, I think he was just being nice and getting other players playing time. But it was reported that Mbappe was asked if he wanted to play or not. And he's like, I want to win the Golden Boot. And shit, I mean, that is the mind of a winner.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, there's maybe nothing left to prove, but I want to go and win this thing. And I appreciate that. Golden Ball for Rodri. Now, again, you guys might have never, ever heard of Rodri before in your life. But the dude has won every single thing. Literally every single thing. And I'm going to share here some of his achievements. And I'm going to read them for you guys when this thing switches. Rodri has won the UEFA Super Cup. So that is one of the highest levels of club play with Atletico de Madrid, which is also the team that has the most finalists or players in the final for like third World Cup in a row. With Manchester City, Rodri won 4 Premier Leagues. He won the FA Cup twice, the EFL Cup was that 3 times, the Community Shield, the Champions League, the UEFA Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. That is insane. That is just an insane record with an English side. Then with Spain at the national level, he won the Euro, he won the Nations League, he won the World Cup, and he's won personally the Ballon d'Or back 2 years ago. And of course, yesterday he was awarded the Golden Ball, which is not the highest scoring player. That was the Golden Boot that Mbappe won. That is the best player of the tournament. Rodri, a name that you might have not heard before.
It's crazy because people don't talk about him enough. And he's genuinely like the best, if not one of the best players in the World Cup.
No social media.
That's why.
No tattoos.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
No, but I'm saying that his style is so different from the modern like superstar footballer.
I feel like it's genuinely just
no social media. You know how much money he's leaving on the table?
Yeah.
He got 20 million, 30 million followers easily.
Yeah.
It's him, his football, and his family, and I respect that so much.
I do too.
It's the kind of leader you want for a team. That's the kind of role model you want as a parent for your kid. And yeah, incredible just performance by Rodri, who won the Golden Ball. Silver Ball, again, just consolation prize. I don't think he cares much for it.
No.
It was awarded to Messi, and the bronze ball to Mbappe. Golden Glove, Unai Simon, the Spanish goalie.
Yeah.
Again, letting in 1 goal throughout the World Cup. And I'm going to quote my colleague here, Sofine Kevorkian, on her last day. It's diabolical.
It's diabolical. I was going to say that. It is, because as a goalkeeper, that is like stats you don't hear. You don't really see that ever, because goalkeeping is really tough and mistakes happen, things happen, especially under all that pressure. But I mean, he was amazing. So
incredible for him. And then Young Player Award, I think another name that you probably have never heard of. You think Young Player Award, people would have expected Lamine to win it, but it was Pau Cubarsí, who's the first defender to win it since 1982. And if you look at that, obviously the fact they only gave 1 goal, it's so nice to see defensive players win awards like this, because they usually don't get the recognition that strikers and midfielders get. So
they can be consistent for 90 minutes and everyone's like, okay. But then if a forward has 1 good moment, they score 1 good goal, everyone's like, you're the hero. No, the heroes are the defenders.
And so Cubarsí taking the Young Player Award, I think, again, unexpected at the beginning of the World Cup, very well deserved. The dude played incredible football, and just so good to see that being recognized. So those were the awards for the World Cup, just coming to an end. Like, it's just very, very sad. I do have an award that I want to share. I think Lamine might have not won the World Cup, but somebody close to him did win one of the, I don't know what's the word? This is the best supporting player of the World Cup. And who was that? His little brother.
He is the GOAT. He's awesome. I saw like so many edits of him yesterday of just being iconic. I can't even explain it because I don't even know really what he was doing in the videos, but like he's just hilarious.
This kid's awesome. And he definitely, I think, captured the minds and the hearts of so many people.
Yeah. I think he's going to grow up and be a great footballer too.
Yeah. And not to get into politics too much, because sport should not have politics, but as an immigrant myself, I think the fact that Lamine and his brother are so representative of Spanish success, it's so great because their family literally like walked across a continent to go find a better life in Spain, and Spain welcomed them with open arms. Yeah. And here they are now at the highest stages representing that. So that's the award going to the little Yamal. Let's talk about the other side a little bit, because obviously people did not like Argentina going to the match. I think they embarrassed themselves with their behavior at the end of the game. And I think that's just going to lead to more people cheering against Argentina. And I think I saw this meme that really captured the game well. Messi was trying. He never got the ball. Yeah. Obviously, Emi, 11 saves, incredible performance for a final. And so, the rest of the team it looked like they were out there to just pick fights and commit fouls. And it was not cool. It was not cool at all. Oh, I had another little video here saved, but I don't know where it went. I wanted to show you guys. Well, maybe you guys saw it, like the aggressiveness of the Argentinian team afterwards. Not the. It just screams out sore losers.
Yeah, it's just embarrassing for them, and I think it's embarrassing for their federation, and I can't imagine that they're gonna let that happen again.
Yeah, so I hope that oh, Captain, thanks for watching, Captain. I know you just had your stream. It says, I think I'm choosing Barca as my team. As much to follow Kane is his name. I'm sure that was an art corrector on the phone as Lamine. Well, it is one of the best teams in the world.
Yes.
Captain, current La Liga champions. And if you ever go to Camp Nou, I think it's one of the cathedrals of football in the world. You should definitely look forward to doing that if you're going to cheer for Barca. The fans are known as Xules, and it's with that weird pronunciation that the Catalan language has. But yeah, you can definitely, I mean, some of the best players in the world, including Mbappe and Messi, have played that. Some more comments coming in here. It's heartbreaking for Messi in Argentina. This was probably his last World Cup. It's hard to imagine a tournament without him. Yes and no. Lionel Messi quit the Argentinian national team 10 years ago after missing a PK in a final. He said the national team is not for me. I don't remember the exact quote. And he actually quit. He had quit after failing to win an international title with Argentina. And then he came back. So I think this was not the best ending for his career, but he also did not have the best team around him this time around. And if you look at the final last time around, it came down to PKs, and it was Emi Martinez who won it for them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's time for the new guard. I think it's time for the Lamines and the Cubarsis and the Bellinghams and the Gilbertito Moras of the new generation. Yeah, I know, Diego, I messed up there. I was thinking somebody else. The new generation to come in and just take us to the next stage.
Yeah.
I did say Mbappe used to play for Arsenal. I messed up. I was thinking in my mind of the legends that we put out, I was thinking of Ronaldinho. Mbappe plays for Real Madrid and very famously left PSG to go to Real Madrid after being unable to win the Champions League for PSG, and then PSG went back to back after he left. So it happens to all of them, right?
Yes.
Like there's not one player, and you can say the same thing about Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Like that just completely dominates and wins everything every single time.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cristiano was unable to lift the World Cup. Even though he claims that the Euro Cup was almost as good, or if not better. So that's the beauty of this sport. That's why they call it the most beautiful sport. That's why it's the one sport that's able to create so much passion around the world. I am very, 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 very happy that this country hopefully is waking up to how awesome it is. And I'm very excited that we were able to bring in Meebits into the fold and to really show how Meebits are, kind of like our vision for Meebits. Think of them like a foundational character, just like Barbie or Lego Man, which, depending on their outfits, it's kind of like the role that they play. And in this case, as you saw with Meebits Futbol, Meebits can be representative of your fanhood at the national level. So we have a couple of things coming in that direction here in the fall. There's a couple of questions here about Meebits Futbol. So Meebits Futbol as a project is complete. Yesterday, the project completed. You have an incredible assortment of digital collectibles available on secondary that we used as playable characters in fantasy games and bracket games, and we gave out thousands of dollars in prizes. So thank you all for participating, and congratulations to the winners. And we'll show some of the winners here of the bracket contest. And then obviously those collectibles are able to be used as avatars on the other side. So if you want to show the world that you are, a Spanish supporter, Argentinian, Mexico, whatever, we have 30 countries that you can use to represent, and those are yours forever. So that project is now complete. Actually, let me pull up here the prices so people can see what was achieved by the winners. So for the fantasy football, our last final was our last game was the final, and we had a two-way tie between Anton and Gen Zero, who were two of our most active players. So appreciate you guys for playing with us all the time. Diego says here he will be on the other side kicking everyone with Argentina shirt on.
That's okay.
Oh, with his Argentina shirt. You know what, Diego? You
do that.
We would not expect less of Argentina. Sorry. 1 second, guys. We have a visitor.
No, I just have people that can take a peek in here.
Not right now.
Not right now?
No, right now.
Okay.
Somebody just came into the office.
Wait, that's like never happened.
It's never happened. But you know what? It could not be the last day of the stream without us
really
getting
on
interrupted.
brand.
Yes.
Finish the way you started. A little bit.
Finish the way you started. Yes, that's like the most iconic thing. Going back, Anton and Gen Z, they had 45 points. They had Spain as defense. Obviously, Spain did not receive a goal, so that gave them, at least in the second match, the 6 points. And then obviously this was a game that combined the semifinal and the final results. Spain also saw the best result there in the semi. England midfielders for this game. If you won this game, you had the third place, you had 5 points. Obviously, England won that. And then I think they're very, very smart in switching to or playing England forward for a third place game with all the goals that scored. We had 2 tiebreaker questions for this round because we figured there was going to be a couple of ties, given there's only 4 teams playing semis and finals. And Anton and Gen Z answered the exact same answer for the first tiebreaker, which was Golden Boot winner. They both put Mbappe. They were right. The second tiebreaker was guessing the final score to the final, and they both guessed wrong. So they've now both agreed to split the 5,008 grand prize. So each is taking home 2,508. I think Anton won something every single week. I am very happy for him because he was one of our big players, Gen Z as well. So I appreciate everybody playing the fantasy game finals. Now the bracket, this was the interesting one because obviously it was all throughout the tournament and people enter their forecast leading up to the first game. So across the board, the top person was Van dem Lau from the community division. They're taking home 1,008 in cash in prizes. Now the diamond division, so this one came down to the wire. We had a final that was Fran X versus I think Cyborg. Yes. Frank X won it with 1,640 points, picking Spain as the winner. Let's take a look at their bracket here. Pretty clean bracket. Almost they missed this Brazil here, but picking Spain got them the win. This division was for people who held an OG Meebit right here, and so for the Diamond Division winner, they're going to get this awesome Pig Meebit with the Snouts t-shirt and tattoo, plus the camo pants. We picked this pig because it's so representative of everything that Level Up's put into the collection. All that, if you know, you know. The Snout t-shirt being that within, like, in collection, Snouts being the fashionable brand of the Meebits universe. The tattoos being generated by the autoglyph algorithm, and then the camo pants being obviously all generative as well. Gold Division, which is a full suited Meebit with curly hair. This went to one of our new collectors, Scotty J, who is part of the Panini Blockchain Collector Group. He won with 1,640 points as well, picking Spain as his finalist. He was playing against Good Cheetah, who is also an OG Meebit, and we appreciate you guys playing. Silver, it was an awesome Meebit with headphones and a logo tee, if I remember correctly. Flaco Fuerte 80 wins it with 1,580 points. He beat Caveman, who's also somebody that played along with us the whole time. I think he won a few things as well throughout the summer. Flaco Fuerte here with a disappointing Ecuador almost all the way there. Maybe a little bias there. I don't know. Maybe he's from Ecuador. I don't know, but he still won, and he won a Meebit. So again, these are the prices for the 4 divisions: a pig Meebit, a full suit human Meebit, and an awesome headphones and logo team Meebit, plus 1,000 ape for the community prize winner. And that wraps up Meebits Futbol.
Congratulations to everyone that won and guessed right.
For playing with us, engaging with us, again, really helping us develop that vision that we have for Meebits themselves and what they can become. Diego's asking if we can check his bracket. I don't know where he is. I don't know that you can search for brackets.
Yeah, I don't think you can search.
So we would have to search here. Yeah, sorry, Diego. I don't know that we can search for brackets. But yeah, guys. Here it is. In the gold division. Diego, let me share my screen again. There we go. So this is Diego's bracket. Let's see how bad he did. Germany and France, Mexico and Netherlands, Croatia and Spain, Turkey and Belgium, Brazil, Ecuador, England, South Korea, Argentina, USA, Portugal, Switzerland. His semifinalists, he got 3 out of 4 semifinalists, but I think what really did him in was just the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Turkey didn't make it, Netherlands didn't make it, Brazil didn't make it, and Portugal didn't make it. So that's where things started going wrong for Diego. So yeah, sorry, Diego, but thanks for being the number
one. It's the thought that counts.
Number 1 chat participant for sure.
You get the crown for every day on the stream. I don't think you missed more than 2 streams, which is amazing.
He says he's washed. Tell you what, Diego, you are one of those people that just supports every community, and we are very excited that you are part of the Meebits family now with Meebits Futbol. So thank you so much for playing along and for being here with us. And yeah, this is sad. That's all I have for today.
Yeah, crazy. I cannot believe this is the last time I'll be.
There's some mosquito here, and I can't stop itching my ow. Yeah, guys, it's been an honor and a pleasure to share the airwaves with Miss Sofine Kevorkian. If you are not following her, she is more active on Instagram, but she's on X. But you can find her there.
I don't really use X, but
keep in touch.
I probably will start just because it's fun.
Yes. And then that's Meebits Futbol. That's Meebits for everybody. I hope you'll have an incredible rest of your summer. We have a lot of things coming out for Meebits. Again, continue our partnership with Art Basel Shop. We're looking to do something at Marfa as well. And then a couple of other things along the way. It's been awesome to see everybody collecting. We still have jerseys and stuff discounted on the shop. If you guys want to get one, I'll be awesome. We'll be in the world. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you so much for all the support and for watching and for being here with us. And, like JC used to say, or he said once, I think it was the Unplugged concert that he did. He said, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me today, and we appreciate that. So definitely echo that feeling, and we look forward to seeing you guys out there in the metaverse, and definitely on the other side with all of your Meebits avatars. There's a lot of
thank you, Caveman,
requests for more Meebits football leagues. We will have, and this is a community initiative, Wave in the Discord is trying to put together an American football, NFL football fantasy league for Meebits. We'll be supporting that as a community initiative. We don't have any more football things planned. As I said, we consider this project to be completed. It was an awesome time. We do have one more thing, which is Group 1 collectibles are redeemable for 2-inch 3D prints. Those are being worked on. We will have the redemption site live this week, where you can go in and redeem your collectibles. All you have to do is pay for shipping and handling. and then you'll be able to get your 3D print. Other than that, yes, enjoy your other side avatars. We'll put out some figures, but we also onboarded close to 500 people to other side with the trading card avatars. Thank you to our partners, OpenSea and ApeChain, for supporting us all the way through. And those trading card packs, we passed out almost over 10,000 packs this weekend at Fanatics Fest. So that was awesome as well. And yeah, guys, again, from the bottom of my heart, so much gratitude. Sophie, thank you so much for taking big gamble to come up to New York pretty much without a lot of context and joining us on this experiment. And yeah, to everybody that's been there, again, too many goodbyes already. I'm gonna get sad. So have a great summer, guys. See you on the other side. And yes, vamos Mexico in 4 years.
Go Netherlands.